Hello students, welcome to our second video of class 8 history, our past 3, chapter 2 from trade to territory. We have already discussed in our previous video how the sea route for the purpose of trade was discovered by various European trading companies and how East India Company came east. In this video, we will discuss about how trade led to battles. Let us begin. Murshid Quli Khan was the Nawab of Bengal from 1717 to 1727. He was the first Bengal Nawab as well as a powerful ruler. And I have also told you earlier that the company was doing unfair trade and tax-free trade, which was causing huge revenue loss for Bengal government. Now this was a serious concern for Murshid Quli Khan because he was the ruler of Bengal. So naturally, this behavior of the company was making the Nawab angry. And now he had to show who the real ruler was, and he had to protect his territory from the company's unjust trade. This led to serious conflicts between Bengal Nawab and the company. Eventually, he died in 1727, and the next powerful Nawab of Bengal was Alivardi Khan, and he died in 1756. He was succeeded by his grandson Siraj-ud-Dowla. Soon after the death of Alivardi Khan, he too had conflicts with the Britishers just like all other previous Nawabs. Now let us see what were the areas of conflict. The company was not paying taxes, they were expanding their fortifications, they were causing the Bengal government heavy loss of revenue, they were writing disrespectful letters, they were humiliating the Nawab and his officials. This was the Nawab side of story. But we know that every story has two sides. Let us see the company's side of story. The company on its part declared that the unjust demands of the local officials were ruining the trade of the company, and trade could only flourish if the duties were removed. The company also believed that to expand trade it had to enlarge its settlements, buy up villages and rebuild its forts. The conflicts led to confrontations and finally culminated in the famous Battle of Plassey. Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowla. Siraj-ud-Dowla was a powerful ruler and he became the Nawab of Bengal in 1756. He too was unhappy on how the company was doing trade. So he was angry and wanted to be strict with the company. The company was worried about his power and keen on a puppet ruler who would willingly give trade concessions and other privileges. So it tried, though without success, to help one of Siraj-ud-Dowla's rival become the Nawab. This worried the company, and so the company started playing politics. They wanted to make one of the rivals of Siraj-ud-Dowla the Nawab of Bengal, who would act like a puppet. Siraj-ud-Dowla came to know about this conspiracy, and infuriated, Siraj-ud-Dowla asked the company to stop meddling in the political affairs of his dominion, to stop fortification and pay the revenues. After negotiations failed, the Nawab marched with 30,000 soldiers to the English factory at Qasim Bazaar, captured the company officials, locked the warehouse, disarmed all English men, and blockaded English ships. Then he marched to Calcutta to establish control over the company's port there. On hearing the news of the fall of Calcutta, company officials in Madras sent forces under the command of Robert Clive, reinforced by naval fleets. Prolonged negotiations with the Nawab followed. Finally, in 1757, Robert Clive led the company's army against Siraj-ud-Dowla at Plassey. Plassey is a place near Murshidabad, which was the then capital of Bengal. So what Robert Clive did was he played politics. He made a conspiracy with one of Nawab's commander, Mir Jafar, who was promised by Robert Clive that he would be made the next Nawab. As a result, the company won the Battle of Plassey as Mir Jafar and Rai Durlab, the two generals of Nawab, never fought the battle in reality and took away a large portion of the Nawab's soldiers away from the battlefield, and the Nawab lost the battle. Siraj-ud-Dowla eventually fled but was later on captured and was assassinated. The Battle of Plassey is one of the most important battles of Indian history. It became famous as it was the first major victory of the company in India. It paved the way for the British conquest of the whole of India gradually during the next 100 years. It boosted the British prestige. The vast resources of Bengal were now at the disposal of the British, which was a decisive factor in their fight against the French in the south. After the Battle of Plassey, Mir Jafar was made the Nawab. The company was still unwilling to take over the responsibility of administration. Its prime objective was the expansion of trade. If this could be done without conquest, through the help of local rulers who were willing to grant privileges, then territories did not be taken over directly. Soon the company discovered that this was rather difficult, for even the puppet Nawabs were not always as helpful as the company wanted them to be. After all, they had to maintain a basic appearance of dignity and sovereignty if they wanted respect from their subjects. What could the company do? When Mir Jafar protested, the company deposed him and installed Mir Qasim in his place. But Mir Qasim also started causing problems to the company. Abolition of internal duties was considered by the British as violation of their special rights and privileges. This led to a series of battles between the British and Mir Qasim in 1763. After successive defeats at the hands of the British, Mir Qasim fled to Awadh. There he formed a confederacy with Shah Alam II, the Mughal emperor, and Shuja-ud-Dawla, the Nawab of Awadh. Even their combined forces were badly defeated in the Battle of Buxar in western Bihar on 22nd October 1764. And once again, Mir Jafar was reinstalled as the Nawab of Bengal. The Nawab had to pay Rs 5 lakh every month, but the company wanted more money to finance its war and meet the demands of trade and its other expenses. It wanted more territories and more revenue. By the time Mir Jafar died in 1765, the mood of the company had changed. Having failed to work with puppet Nawabs, Clive declared, "We must indeed become Nawabs ourselves." Finally, in 1765, the Mughal emperor appointed the company as the Diwan of the provinces of Bengal. The Diwani allowed the company to use the vast revenue resources of Bengal. This solved a major problem that the company had earlier faced. From the early 18th century, its trade with India had expanded, but it had to buy most of the goods in India with gold and silver imported from Britain. This was because at this time Britain had no goods to sell in India. The outflow of gold from Britain slowed after the Battle of Plassey and entirely stopped after the assumption of Diwani. Now revenues from India could finance company expenses. These revenues could be used to purchase cotton and silk, textiles in India, maintaining company troops, and meet the cost of building the company port and offices at Calcutta. So let us summarize what we have learned today. The Battle of Plassey was a major milestone in the history of India. After the Battle of Buxar, the company got the Diwani rights of Bengal. The Diwani allowed the company to use the vast revenue resources of Bengal. Now let us check what you have grasped today. Here is question number 1 for you. When was the Battle of Plassey fought? And your options are A. 1757, B. 1758, C. 1759 or D. 1760. And the correct answer is A. 1757. Your next question is, who among the following was not the Nawab of Bengal? And the options are A. Murshid Quli Khan, B. Alivardi Khan, C. Siraj-ud-Dawla or D. Aurangzeb. And your correct answer is D. Aurangzeb. Remember, Aurangzeb was the last powerful Mughal ruler and he was not the Nawab of Bengal. The next question is, who became the Nawab of Bengal after the death of Alivardi Khan in 1756? The options are A. Mir Qasim, B. Siraj-ud-Dawla, C. Mir Jafar or D. Murshid Quli Khan. And the correct answer is B. Siraj-ud-Dawla. It's practice time and here is some homework for you. And your question is, what were the areas of dispute between Bengal Nawabs and East India Company? Your next question is, how did assumption of Diwani benefit East India Company? In our next video, we will be discussing about how company rule expanded. Till then, take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.